Day 99, I'm going to be honest, I probably shouldn't have traded. I was running on empty and I felt it in every decision I made. So let's break down the trade that I took. So the trade I took was on SOWG. This obviously popped up just after 7 in the morning. I think LHAI was a leading gainer, and it was pretty volatile, but I didn't get involved in that one. I did put in a decent move, and then it was sort of going up and down, giving as much as it was giving back, actually. Well, yeah, it was pretty volatile. SOWG, though, popped from around 150 up to about 212 and pulled back. If I have a look at the stock screener, yeah, so it had a low float, but because of its price, it felt thickly traded. So it pulled back here, and I was watching it as it pulled back. I thought about getting in on the 9 EMA as it pulled back to this level. It did actually hold the 9 EMA and push up a little bit to $1.83 if you're in around $1.60, $1.68. You know, that might have been a decent trade there. Small winner anyway. But I held waiting for it to hit, sort of bottom out. I ended up getting in here. It sort of bottomed out on the 20 EMA, and I thought it was holding this level. So I got in at 164 on this red candle. Just in here on that red candle there, and looked for it to push back up through VWAP. It did actually dip further. It came down to 157. So I held through the pullback, didn't hit my stop, and pushed up. Problem though is I was so tired. It seemed like an eternity. It was only 3 minutes. Pushed up to 167, 168 on the ask. I think I got to 169 actually, and sort of pulled back. And it just didn't look like it was breaking through this level at 169. So I sold at one on the bid and got filled at 167. So it did pull back again, back down to my price, and did break 169 and went to 173. Dipped again back down to 162, and then pushed eventually through VWAP to a high of 187. So I didn't hit my target price. My target price minimum was 174 around VWAP, and it was just, it just hit that wall there, and I just said, nah, that's it, I'm getting out. So I sold my position there at 167, only made $6 profit with 200 shares, and it going 3 cents. So that was it. And after that, I just felt, nah, my headspace isn't there. I'm just really tired, and I thought, nah, I'm just going to call it and go to bed. So that's what I did. I probably should have held that longer and just see what it did. It did look like it was going to break eventually and break up there, and it did. Came back at the open as well, but it wasn't never going to be a big mover. I think the way that it was trading. LHAI was the other one that I was looking at that I possibly would have traded if I'd been not so tired. And I saw it, it had already made this move up to, 1471, and was pulling back when I saw it. It had bottomed out 1120, and it had pushed up here, and I thought about getting in around 1150, and it pushed up to 1247. But I left it alone, pulled back, and here's another entry down here, around 1150 again, and then it sort of rallied up and pushed to a high of 1430, 1436. So it did actually do a decent push there, but quite choppy. Bit of chop there to get through that level at around 1242, 1250, and once it broke, it had a bit of chop as well. So it wasn't the cleanest of trading on this side. Definitely this first move here was the cleanest trade if you managed to get that at just around 6 o'clock. But then it pulled back. I was obviously trading SOWG during this pullback. And there might have been some trades here through VWAP, but you can see it, you would have had to get in and out pretty quickly, as it pretty much gave back the move straight away. Yeah, and it did that pretty often. So yeah, I saw this through here, and I think I shut everything down as it sort of dipped below VWAP here, LHAI, and I was like, no, that's it. So that was pretty much me for the night. I just didn't think it was worth pushing when I was so drained, so I called it early and went to bed. I didn't even go over my bots trades actually. I had another big day today at work, so didn't manage to do much in that area either. So, day 99 in the books. Just one trade, $6 profit, and a hard lesson in self-awareness. Appreciate you being here. If you're following the journey, the good, the bad, and the days that barely count, make sure to sub, and I will be back next week with more of my trade reviews. So, hei te rā wiki.